Hello, this is Mike, and I want to talk about this article by Chris Perkins talking about what's D&D canon. Well, I think he has some points kind of wrong, and well, I want to talk about that really quick. First, what is canon? We have some definitions here. It says here, canon is a collection or list of sacred books accepted as genuine. Well, I guess we should go more with this definition here. In fiction, canon is the material accepted as officially part of the story in an individual universe of that story. Let's see what Chris Perkins says. But before that, I would like to point out that, D&D canon, and I mean official story, is whatever these people that work in Wizard of the Coast say, because it's their intellectual property. Well, they can do whatever they want, right? But what I wanted to address is first, I think he's trying to stretch the definition. Here, he says, every expression of D&D has its own canon. And then they say that they are going to treat D&D as much the same way that Marvel Studios treats its properties. Right? And they say, you see how things are different in the MCU, video games, and the comics, etc. But when you think in the canon Marvel universe, you think about Earth 616. So there is a canon Marvel universe that it's supposed to be the main story. Everything else is derivative, or it's alternative, or it's a different parallel universe, etc. And the MCU is this one, Earth 1999. So it's not that there is not one canon, or that Marvel considers everything canon, or it's not like that. Saying that every expression of D&D has its own canon, it's like really stretching the definition. And logically, if everything is canon, there is no canon. Let's continue. It says, why not accept the canon of earlier editions and be done with it? He talks about how there's been changes and mentions some examples. And it says, we don't want the DMs to read a novel, play a video game, or stuff and feel, like they have to play their games that way. Of course, well, that was like that from the beginning. But I'm going to talk about it later. I think the real reason here, there is there is one real reason, and it's that it's too much work, probably, for them now at this point. Yeah, it will be really hard to check every little note, every little information about where is everything and stuff. They have tried to do that before. I think that they used to do a really good job about that, keeping it consistent. But I think now they got lazy about it. Because there is 2 points. One, that the information about the Forgotten Realms and the other books, but mainly Forgotten Realms, and which is the official setting, is so vast. There is so much, right? That is really difficult to keep track of everything. And I understand that. But, this is an excuse, obviously. The other reason is that a lot of this stuff don't fit with modern sensitivities of a large portion of the population, I guess. Or, well, that's true. But they still could retcon it. For example, and let's go back to Marvel. Why they used to do in Marvel. I don't think the last retcon was like that, was like a soft retcon in Marvel. But they used to move when events started, for example. Like, I remember that it's supposed that Peter Parker was bitten by a spider in the 70s, but then they move it to the 80s, to the 90s, and so on. So we don't have a 60-year-old Peter Parker in the canon universe. And about other stuff, sensitive stuff, they could have done the same retcon stuff. But no, that's a lot of work. And so I think it's in part that I don't want to call them lazy. I don't want to judge what they do with their work and with their brand, with whatever, with their property. But I think that that's part of the real reason. It's way easier to just say nothing from 2014 and back is, again, real, canon, matters, or whatever, and, just start again somehow. Or start again, not somehow. Start again. And yeah, that's way easier than retconning, revisiting, and going through all the stuff. And that's, as I said, I'm not judging here. It's their brand. They can do whatever they want. They make really cool products. I'm just trying to clarify here that this just reads to me, it sounds to me like just a bunch of excuses. So let's continue. What else does he say? Well, it says 5th edition kind of begins with its core books. Well, that is nice, I guess. Before, in previous editions, they would have an event in game that will explain the changes. But well, they don't have to do anything. It's their property. They can do whatever they want. Again, this thing, canon is less about your enjoyment of the game and more about us being literally consistent. Yeah, it says whether or not a piece of art or lore is canonical in 5th edition should have little or not bearing on how most people interact with the game. But that was the way it always has been. I mean, I've been playing for not so long as other people. I just have like 20 years playing D&D. I think it will be considered really rude if I am running a Forgotten Realms game and someone interrupts the game to tell me that I'm wrong about this or that, or that this city doesn't have a certain feature, or that this character is already dead or is not here. And it has never happened to me, and I'm sure that I'm not like an expert in Forgotten Realms. I'm a fan, and that's never happened to me. I think that will be really rude for someone to do. So I think this is another excuse, or what? Or people is just now that rude that will... Well, probably there exist people that is rude like that, but you have to tell them that that's not how things go, right? Other thing will be like if one of our players after the game told me, "Hey, that's not that guy was already dead," and I would say, "Oh, that's interesting, but well, this is my game. I already said he's alive, so we have to go on with that." And what else? That the game long story is known to us, and well, nothing. It's more of the same. in summary, I think this is just a bunch of excuses for what they are doing, like saying nothing before 2014 is canon. And I think they don't have to do that. It's their brand, it's their stories. But come on, don't tell me we're doing it this way because Marvel does it this way. No, that's just excuses. And one thing that Jorfan said in his channel, I don't want to make a video response or something, but remember one of the things he said in his video was that, what about if I want to run out of the abyss with, I don't know which other adventure, they happen at the same time, my party wouldn't be able to do both. Like, what? Why wouldn't you? You're DM, you just say this happens after. And that's it, right? Well, anyways, that's it for this short video. And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if, that will mean a lot for me. Goodbye.